For those of you who know me and for those of you who don't know me, my name is Aida and welcome to my YouTube channel. First and foremost, I just want to say right from the jump, thank you to all my friends and family out there who supported me and encouraged me to start this channel and embark on this journey. Oh, that sounded corny. Like I'm not accepting a freaking Grammy. I'm really excited. It's honestly so surreal and insane that I'm sitting here filming right now. This has been a work in progress. Not even a work in progress, just a thought. I've really wanted to create a YouTube channel for a long time. The goal and the objective is just a place where I can share my opinions and my take on things. And if I can just help someone, whether it be with products, techniques, or just pure inspiration, that's the goal. So with that being said, I need all the suggestions, all the recommendations and feedback. So leave your comments down below, slide in my DMs on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, text me, whatever works for you to let me know exactly what you wanna see. I know Halloween is coming up, so if you wanna see like any fun costumes or like different makeup looks and stuff for Halloween, let me know. I'd love to do that for you. I'm here for all of it. If you want like insane like cut crease, double wing liner, stacked lashes, blown out smoky eyes, hair tutorials, if you want like a favorite products video, anything, like just let me know, because I just want to give you guys exactly what you want. I've watched enough YouTube to know that I don't want this intro to be too long, so we're gonna jump into the video. It's gonna be on this look here. Just kind of a chit chat, get ready with me so you guys can just see what I do on a daily basis, kind of get to know me a little bit. You know, my goal isn't to put on this like dazzling production. This is my first video. I'm literally like at my kitchen table, like propped up on like a box. Like it's real. I'm a real person creating real videos for real people. That is it. So work with me. I'm sure over time I'll try to like make it better. With that being said, we're gonna jump into the video. So I've already prepped my skin. I washed my face with the special cleansing gel from Dermalogica. God, it's so dirty, it's embarrassing. This is my favorite face wash. It's good for like all skin types. I use this day and night. I've been kind of slacking on my skincare routine as of lately. If you guys want me to film like a skincare routine and like what products I use, what products I suggest, like if you have oily skin, dry skin, acneic skin, rosacea, I got you. Actually, you know, I think I'm gonna film that. I think that'll be like the next video that I film for you guys. I think that'd be really, really fun. And then I use the Micro Daily Foliant, also from Dermalogica. I use this every day. And then I use the Volcanic Ash from MAC like once every other day. So like every other day. So I'll like switch off between these two. This one's very, very gentle, so you can use it every day, whereas the Volcanic Ash is a lot like thicker, it's more gritty, a little bit more intense, so I use that every other day on my skin. And then I used the MAC Studio Moisture Cream. I have extremely dry skin, so I love this moisturizer. It has like a really thick emollient, so you can really feel the moisture. You can see my face is very shiny, very moisturized, and ready for makeup. So if you have more oily skin, you won't really like this one because it does leave that like slick, slippery feeling on the face, but I really, really love this stuff. So I went ahead and applied all of that, and we're gonna jump into foundation. For foundation, I'm gonna use the Prolongwear Nourishing Waterproof Foundation from MAC. I love this stuff. It's really, really good for almost any skin type. It's oil control, but it's still hydrating, so you get a nice, comfortable balance. Full coverage, 24-hour wear. I'm here for it. So I'm gonna mix NC50 and NC47 because NC50 is a little dark and NC47 is a little light. So all the shade extensions, MAC, that you're doing, let's make like a 47.5 since we're doing all these 0.5s. That would be really, really nice. Thank you so much. Because the 45 is a little light, and then 47 I thought would be perfect, but it's still a little light, and then 50 is way too dark. So I was just using 50 and then just lightening my face up with concealer until they came out with 47, and then I was like, well, it's kind of matching, but it's not perfect, so whatever. We're just gonna mix it. So I'm just using this little Petri dish. Roll my slips up. And then I'm using a 159 brush from MAC. This is literally my favorite foundation brush. I use it on myself, I use it on my clients. I absolutely love this brush because it just really nicely kind of blends everything into the skin. It's small enough to fit like under the eye, but it's large enough to cover the whole face. And it's dual fiber, so you can use it for creams, liquids, and powders. So it's really, really nice. And yeah, the Prolongwear foundation, I've been using it literally since it came out. The, what is it called? Oh my God. The Mineralize foundation was my holy grail. It was my absolute favorite. It still is, I like it, but I was using that like when I lived in Minnesota where like the weather was a lot crisper and cold, so it was okay. Now that I'm in Vegas, that stuff melts off my face. So I like the Prolongwear waterproof. I like the texture of it. I like the coverage that it gives. I just use a small amount, like I shouldn't say a small amount, but I'm just lightly kind of giving myself a nice layer of foundation rather than like packing it on. Because after I do concealer and powder and all the other things, I have pretty full coverage. So I'm just kind of buffing it into my skin. So yeah. I don't know what the point I was making. Oh, the point I was making is that when this foundation came out, I literally fell in love with it right away, and I haven't used really anything since. But I've been trying to get to a place where I want to like branch out, and it's alright. It's like hard because I'm not using a mirror, so I'm literally looking at myself in the camera. Like I want to make eye contact, but it's like weird. I'm like, I don't know. I'm not like a professional at filming videos, so hopefully you guys can like work with this. This is what we got right now. All right, so I could blend for hours, so let's move on. So for concealer, I like the Prolongwear concealer from MAC. It's what I've been using forever and ever, but everyone's been raving about the Shapetape. I like it, but the very first day I used it, I went to like an audition and they had to take my headshot. Legit the worst flashback. And all the products I use are like all the same. Like I use the same like 10 products every day. And the one day I switched it up, it was just the concealer, and I had the worst flashback. And I did not get that job. And I'm pretty sure because I saw the picture, my face was like bright white. Like I looked like a crazy person. So I don't know if I'm not gonna be taking like crazy pictures or anything. I mean, I like the coverage on this concealer. So I just use a little bit because it's really full coverage and I'm not like trying to do the most, but I do kind of put it in like the typical areas on my face, like we're going to war or something. I do put that like under my eyes, center of my face, chin, typical areas that everyone contours. I'm just gonna use the same 159 brush and I'm just gonna lightly kind of pack that into my skin. So I like the concealer. It blends out nice. It holds up nice. It doesn't crease too much. My under eyes crease a lot in general. So if a concealer kind of gives a light creasing under the eye, it's not like the end of the world for me personally, because it's just gonna do that. So I don't really care. I shouldn't have put that much lip gloss on. I put this Plenty of Pout lip gloss from MAC. It just came out. I really like it. I don't think it plumps, but it feels good on the lips. Oh, I know it doesn't plump. It don't do nothing. But it feels good. I'm trying to avoid getting it on my brush. So for me, like my makeup, I don't take it super serious. Like I just kind of do the basics. I'm not like insane. Like honestly, when it comes to like putting product where it should go, like I'm not like drawing different shapes and stuff all over my face. I'm just kind of, I just put it wherever. Once you blend it out, it'll be exactly where it needs to be. So it's not the biggest deal to me personally. But when it comes to my own makeup, I'm like super lazy. I do it super quick. I'm not like making life or death, you know, decisions when it comes to my makeup. And then I'm just gonna go in with like one more little dot right here. Oh, that was a big dot, dang, okay. Then I'm gonna use the small little beauty blender. Well, Real Techniques sponge, I guess, whatever it's called. And just kind of blend it out a little bit more underneath the eyes just to give me a tad bit more coverage. Cool. So then, okay, one thing also you guys should know, I have the most sensitive eyes, like, known to mankind. So, for those of you who know me, I don't do tons of eye makeup. Like, I'll just do something really basic, which is what we're doing today, which is like my everyday. But in general, I don't do a ton of eye makeup because I have really sensitive eyes. Like, even when I start to do my foundation and stuff, my eyes will just start to water and water. It's really annoying. But it's all good. It's just a disclaimer because you'll notice. So then I'm gonna use the same concealer and I'm just gonna line under the brow because I'm setting us up to do my eyebrows later. So I'm just going to use, you guys can see, I don't know how to do this. This is really hard to like, I respect the hell out of people who do YouTube videos because recording and talking and making sure that like you're in focus, this is a lot of work. I need to like get one of those mirrors that are like far away so I can set it up so I can see better because my eyes are like not the best anyways, so. And I should have tied my hair up because this is gonna get annoying. Okay, but we're making it work, y'all. We're making it work. So I know that looks like ridiculous right now, but it's all good. We're gonna blend it out. I look like a crazy person. Whatever. I'm gonna take the same little beauty blender or whatever this thing is called, beauty sponge, and just blend that out all over my eyelid. And this, like some people will fill in their brow first and then conceal, and I used to do it that way. But I've really been liking the way that I've been doing my brows as of lately. It makes it really quick and really fast and a lot easier to do your brow. I feel like doing it this way for me personally. So I'll show you guys. I do my brows towards the end, but just putting the concealer under the brow kind of maps it out and gives me a nice underlining first. So then when I fill in my brow, it's like boom, bada bing, bada bam, or bing, bada boom, whatever. And it's really quick and easy. So just do this, and if I'm doing like an intricate eye look, I'll actually use like an actual eyeshadow base. But since we're just doing something super neutral, like natural, concealer works just fine. So now we're gonna use some powder. I use the MAC Mineralize Loose Powder. This is really good for dry skin. I have the driest skin known to mankind. So this is just gonna hydrate. It's like medium coverage, so it's not gonna be anything too wild. It's just a loose powder like this. And for the powder, I'm just gonna use this 168 brush from MAC. It's a nice angled, fluffy brush. I love this brush. You can use it for, okay, wait a second, pause. The brushes from MAC, all my brushes from MAC are the old brushes, which are amazing. The new brushes need some work. So the brushes that I'm telling you guys about, like the brushes I'm using, if you go and buy them now, I can't really speak to how much you're gonna love them because I don't really love them. I think that the integrity of the brushes have changed, although I'm here for them being synthetic. I don't love that, you know, before some of them were natural hair brushes, but the shape of the brushes are different. And so like for example, the 217, the 232, the 168, the 109, the shape of the brushes don't perform the same. So if you're buying any brushes from MAC as of lately or, you know, in the future, they don't work the same. So I'm just putting that disclaimer out there. So I just take a little bit and I just lightly go underneath the eyes. The new 168 isn't horrible. but some of the other brushes are like whack. So if anybody from MAC, like who, you know, make any decisions or on product development, or anyone who has some type of pull, if you see this, hit me up, because I got a few suggestions, you know? Because I could sell a MAC brush to someone like a bottle of water in the desert. Like I could, like I loved them. I like truly did. I genuinely loved the brushes. So people who came in, like clients, I could be like, you know, yo, you need this brush in your life, and it is what it is. It's the best brush ever. Now I'm like, oh, I don't know. I use them because there's really nothing else to use. Like I'm forced to use them. So I know that sounds bad, but that's just the truth. So I'm just gonna also set on my eye. But the old MAC brushes were bomb. Like I said, I'm here for them being synthetic, but I feel like some of them, they just need to like at least make the shape of the brush the same, because, I mean, at least, you know, if the bristles are gonna be different, that's fine. But some of them should not have the same name as they did before, because it's a whole different brush. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not really using any extra powder. I'm just kind of dusting whatever was left on my brush onto the rest of my face. I used to use a lot of powder, but like I said, I have really dry skin, so I've been using a little bit less powder than normal, or than, you know, or than I usually would. So now we are going to do a little bit of contour. So I wanted to try this Fit Me foundation because I heard a lot of good things about it, and it was like $8, so I was like, why not? You know, I want to see what all the hype is about too. I don't want to be left out. But the girl like at Target was like, oh, I can color match you, like, and I was like, oh, I can color match myself, but I'll, you know, let her help me, because they don't have like testers, so you basically are just like looking through the bottle and like matching it to your face. And so I knew when she color matched me right away. I mean, look, you guys, like this is clearly not my color, but it's okay because I like it for my contour. So I'm just gonna dump this. Oh shoot, that was a lot. Oh my god. For my contour, or whatever, it's fine. I poured out like the whole damn bottle. The color for contour is nice, so I'm here for it. So I'm like, whatever, it's not the end of the world. Usually I use for my contour like NW55 Studio Finish Concealer. I've been really enjoying that, but if I want something a little bit more lightweight, I'll just use the Fit Me. And I'm going to use, no, I'm not going to use this. What do I want to use? Shoot, I forgot the brush that I normally use, and I don't feel like going to get it. Okay, we'll use the 168. And I'm just gonna go on my cheekbones, temples, forehead. I don't really like corrective contour or anything except for my nose. My nose, I'd be going in. I want my nose to be like a whole new nose. The rest of my face, I just kind of like put it in the common areas just to kind of warm up the skin. So I don't put much thought into it. Except for my nose. You'll see on my nose, I go in. Our nose is gonna be snatched. So I put it on my chin. I also want to do some videos where I'm doing someone else's makeup, because that's, you know, what I do, and I want videos to cater to people who want to do makeup or who already do makeup. So that'll be fun. I need to reach out to some friends. If anyone out there wants me to do their makeup, you know, for a YouTube video, hit me up. Let me know. That'll be fun. Come over, drink some wine. My skin is like struggling right now. Oh my God. I really should have put my hair up. It's okay. All right, so now that I have my contour, I'm gonna contour my nose. So for my nose, I use this like Eco Tools brush. It's like a duo-sided, kind of like a shader brush on this side, and then the shadow brush on this side. I use it for my nose. I use this side, I will use sometimes for like under the eye, which I'm gonna do today. But this side I just use for my nose. I'm gonna use the same color, and I'm going to, I draw it on the sides of the nose here and up into the brow. That's why I do my brows last. So here we go. And then I do here and here. So I have like more of a rounded kind of button nose, kind of like push my nose up and then slim it down. So I just do right here. I'm gonna bring this up into the center of the brow and then bring it into the brow. So it kind of just creates a longer, more defined, like bone here. So I'm gonna shorten it on the end and elongate it at the top. So then we're gonna do the other side. Same thing, bring it up into the center of the brow and bring it into the brow. Just like that. And this is just my preference as to how I would like my nose to look. So this is how I contour it. I used to contour it a way different. It looked insane. Fully aware of that. So I'm happy with the way that it looks now, like the way that I contour it. So then I'm just gonna shade underneath the nose here. This is just giving the effect of like pushing the nose up a little bit more. And we're gonna blend this out so it's not gonna look as insane, but I'm gonna kind of let it dry down a little bit first so that these lines kind of stay in place. And then I create a line right here, which gives me that cute little button nose that everybody likes, or at least I do. I love that little bump right there. All right, so we're gonna kind of let that dry for just a second because this stuff is very, very thin and lightweight. So I wanna make sure that it stays because it will blend out to nothing if I blend it out right away. Whereas if I use like the Studio Finish concealer or something a little bit thicker, the lines will stay because the consistency is there. So next I'm gonna take my 135 brush from MAC. This one, the new one, isn't bad. This one, the shape is pretty good. So if you were to get this brush today, the new brush on this one is good. It's good. I actually almost like it better because it's not as soft, which sounds kind of jacked up. Like you want a brush that's soft. That's kind of a lack for a better word, but it's the bristles keep their structure, keep the shape a little bit nicer than this one. Like this one I've had for, I don't know, this one's I've had for a while. I've had this brush for a while now, and it's lasted and it still looks good. The shape of it's still good. The bristles haven't fallen all out and fallen apart. And that's the thing, MAC brushes do last a while. However, you can tell that the brush has been used and abused. Whereas the new one, it looks newer, longer, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna use the Studio Fix powder. This is an NW58. It's a little dark. I bounce between NW50 and NW58. It just depends on what I have at the moment. And at the moment, I'm using 58. So I go in with a really light hand with this one. And I'm not going to apply it everywhere that I applied the contour color, or I guess this would be more of like my bronzer color, and then this one's more of my contour color, because I'm going to just apply it in like the really depths of my cheekbones and in just the temple area. So I'm not gonna apply it everywhere because I don't want it to be like super dark. So I'm just gonna hit right here towards the back of the cheekbone, like right into my ear, right into my hairline. I'm not gonna pull it all the way down because I wanna keep it a little bit lighter and a little bit fresher, if you will, all over the face. So this one's more so contouring, if you will. So just gonna kind of lightly dust some here. And it's just kind of lightly setting that contour, the cream or the liquid that I put on before. So just right here. And this is like my favorite brush. I use this brush all the time. It's a good one. So I'm also going to use the same brush for my blush, which is Razin. Yo, this blush has been with me forever. I got this blush in my new hire kit when I first started with MAC, and that was some time ago. And so obviously it's kind of gross, it's dirty, it's run over, but it still works. And so that's why I'm like, when people come in and like need to replenish their blushes like all the time, I'm like, how? Like, I've used this blush every single day. I've done my makeup for like 5 years, so I don't know, or like 4 years, I don't know how long it's been. But I'm just gonna put some blush. I like blush, I like the look of it, but also Razin isn't like too crazy, so I can go in a little heavy and it's not gonna look insane. But I just kind of hit the apples of the cheeks and brush it up, blending it into my contour so everything kind of melts together. I also, there's this eyeshadow, I think it's Coral. I literally think it's called Coral. Why does my nose keep running? This is like so embarrassing, it's disgusting. It's from MAC, it's a pro color. I'll sometimes do Razin and then I'll do Coral right on top of it, and it just kind of gives me a more peachy look, and I kind of like it. Here for it. So now we're gonna take this buffing brush from Real Techniques, and I'm just gonna kind of buff my nose, contour out so it's not so crazy. Oh my God, when I did like this, I thought snot got on my brush because I just washed it, so it was still kind of wet. And I went here and I was like, that was disgusting. But I forgot the brush was wet. Like I happened to hit a spot that was wet. That was funny. I was like, ew, gross. Okay, so then I'm just gonna take my 187 brush. This one is my favorite brush. I don't know, like if these two had to fight for my, I would probably say that the 159 is my favorite. Like I said, the new brushes are not the same, but these two are probably my favorite brushes. Like you can use these two brushes for everything. This is the only brush I had. I could do your whole face. Like this one is bomb. So I'm gonna use this just to kind of like dust off any excess makeup that I have on my face. So I'm just gonna kind of hit my nose here, my cheeks, just kind of blend my contour, my blush together. So yeah, just kind of, I use this brush a lot, but it's one of my favorites. You can see some makeup came off on the brush, obviously, which I like. I don't want it to feel heavy. I want it to feel really light, so now we're gonna do some highlight. Hey, my favorite part. I'm gonna first go in. Sometimes if I want like a really intense highlight, I can still achieve that with just powder, but usually I'll go in with a cream or a liquid highlight first and then put powder on top. So it just depends on the mood I'm in, depends on what I'm going for. Today, since most people wanna know, that sounds really bad, but since there might be people out there who want to see both steps, I'll do both steps. So today, it just depends on what mood I'm in as to what cream or liquid or powder I'm gonna use. So today I'm gonna use the Becca Backlight Priming Filter. Yeah, I bought this stuff, it was kind of expensive. It was like 40 bucks, I think, or like $38. I didn't love it as a primer, but I do like it as like a liquid highlight, so whatever, you make things work. It's like literally almost gone, so I'm just gonna like scoop it out, put it on my Petri, because it doesn't pump anymore, but there's plenty in there still. I'm gonna use every drop. So then I'm gonna use my little beauty blender here, and I'm just gonna put it on my cheekbones in the center of my face. So I just use the flat like back side of it and just get some on there, and I'm just gonna put it right here. And I also like using a liquid first because, like I said, I have really dry skin. So I don't want the powder highlight to accentuate any texture. I like to highlight all under the eye with the liquid first, depending on which one I use. Like if I use a really intense liquid, there's no way that I'd put that much right underneath my eye, but this one's really subtle. So like I said, I like to go in with a liquid or a cream first so that the highlight isn't accentuating as much texture, because I have a lot of texture on my face. So then I'm gonna go in and do this side. And I just kind of bounce it into my skin. And if I want just a super natural highlight, I'll just do the liquid or the cream. And I say or cream because sometimes I'll use the cream color base from MAC. Love cream color base. That is slept on, and I don't know why, because it's literally bomb. I use the color Shell or Pearl. Pearl. Shoot. I'm pretty sure it's Pearl. Whichever one's more gold. There's one that's like white. That's not the one that I use. In the next video I do, I'll use it because it's in my room and I don't have it with me right now. I only brought to the table what I was going to use today. So one of these videos I'll use it and you guys can know exactly which one it is, because right now I'm playing you guys and I don't want to do that. Alright, so then put some more on my forehead and right down my nose. All right, cool. Okay, so now we're gonna do some powder highlight, and today I'm gonna use the Anastasia Amrezy highlighter. I really enjoy this. I bought it when it came out, and you can see it's very well loved. I've been using it a lot. Usually I use either Oh Darling or Whisper of Guilt from MAC. Those are like my staple highlighters, but sometimes you gotta switch it up, you know? And I really like Amrezy. Her highlight's always on point, so I figure her highlighter would be bomb, and it is. So the brush that I always use for highlighting, I've never really used anything else, is the 137 brush from MAC. This is my favorite highlighting brush. It's really nice because it comes to a nice tapered point, so you can fit it really nice like on the cheekbones, and it's really fluffy and airy, so you don't like apply too much. So I'm just gonna go in, pick up some on the brush here, and apply it right on top. I'm not gonna apply it underneath the eye, like in this area, like I did with the liquid. I'm just gonna apply it more so on the top of the cheekbones. So just like right here. Ooh! Bomb.com. And again, like using a liquid first, it just helps your powder kind of stick, it helps it stick to something. Because remember I set under my eye and I put powder there, so powder doesn't really stick to powder, so you're putting that cream down first. Yo, what's up with my skin? Pause. I gotta use some Fix Plus on this. I don't know what's going on today. So I just sprayed some Fix Plus on this, and I'm kind of just patting it on top because, I don't know, that looked really dry. So then I just always take my blush brush and blend right in between the highlight and the blush, so everything kind of blends together. You don't want to play yourself and have like a harsh line. So I always just kind of buff that out there. Perfect. Then we'll do the other side. Okay. This highlighter is so pretty. So again, just go in with your blush brush and kind of blend that out. Not really blending on top of this. You want to keep that nice and bright, but right in between the blush and the highlight. Is there a hair there? Then we'll do the forehead. I always put some right here. I like the way that it looks from my face shape, and on the chin here, and on your lip. Then I'm gonna use this Sedona Lace 407. I don't know where the heck this brush came from. I don't know. I have no idea where I got this brush from, but I like it. It's just like a random like shader brush. Like, no one actually uses these brushes for their eyeshadow. I don't think they do, at least. I don't. But I'm just gonna use it for my nose and my brow bone and my inner corner. Again, like I said, I'm really quick and lazy when it comes to my makeup. So I like to use multiple brushes or brushes for multiple things. And so for me, I like to use this brush. I'll do my nose, my brow bone, and my inner corner all in one step, all with the same brush, all using the same product. It cuts back on time, it cuts back on the amount of brushes you use, and it's just a little bit more efficient in my opinion. So if you're like balling on a budget, find brushes that you can use for multiple things, like dual fiber brushes that you can use for creams, liquids, and powders, like these brushes here, and products that you can use for multiple things, like eyeshadow, maybe you can use for your blush. I'm gonna use the same highlighter on my face as my brow bone and my inner corner. It just makes it quicker. You don't have to keep changing different products. So yeah, it's just about efficiency. So I'm just gonna go down the bridge of the nose here, really lightly. I'm gonna pull it right up into the center of the brow, right in between the two lines that we created. This is just elongating my nose up a little bit higher, and just giving me a little bit more structure and shape to the nose. So again, I bring it down right to the line that we created, and then I'm gonna do a little bit on the tip of the nose there. It looks insane, I understand. Give me one moment. Then we're gonna do the brow bone here. Just gonna blend that out. Do the other side. And then we're gonna take just like the tip of the brush here and do the inner corner of my eyes. And bada bing, bada boom. So then we take the 187 again, and I'm just going to blend out the nose a little bit. And then we're gonna take the same Eco Tools brush that we used earlier and just redefine the lines and the fake bone that I have there, just to make sure that everything's seamless. So I just go right back over that, just to make sure that the highlight is where it needs to be and the contour is where it needs to be. So I go right back over those lines. Like I said before, my nose is the one thing that I take super serious when it comes to contouring, because I'm literally creating a shape. I'm literally creating what I want my nose to look like without going to get plastic surgery, because let's be honest, that's really scary. So then I just blend that out again, so that it's a little softer. Boom. So now we're gonna move on to eyeshadow. So I do the same technique when it comes to my eyeshadow for my like everyday look, but I don't always use the same product. Like I don't always use the same color, but as of lately I've been really digging this Inglot J-Lo collection. I created this palette. I say that like it's that big of a deal. It's 2 colors. They had like a 2 color palette, and they had like a 4 and like an 8, I think, and then they had one that was like 15. I don't remember. So I only really liked this color, or I actually only really wanted this color. So I was like, whatever, I'll just get the 2 palette, and then I decided to get this brown to go with it, because I was like, well, you know, want at least 2 colors that compare nicely together. I'm gonna leave all the products down below because I don't know what these colors are. I have to pop them out because it's on the back of the tin. But I'm gonna use this one here, and I'm gonna use a 224 blending brush. This is my favorite eyeshadow brush. This one is one of the new ones that's not the same. Like if you get a 224, you will be so disappointed because it's not the same. Like you can see this one's like very round and very fluffy. The new one is like very tightly packed, and it comes to a very intense point here. So it does not give you a really fluffy, blown out look. Like anybody using a 224 is using it to buff out the crease color and make it really fluffy and really diffused, like you're diffusing the product. The new one comes to such a point that it's depositing the color right where you're applying it, so it's more for like setting up like a cut crease or something like that, and that's not what we're going for. So thank God I have a few of these old ones left, or thank God there's other brands that, you know, have these type of brushes. So that was just a rant. Clearly I'm feeling some type of way about the new brushes. You can tell I'm going through it over here. So I'm just gonna dunk in to whatever color that's called, and I'm just gonna apply it in my crease. So we're gonna go right in here, just right where that eye socket is. I'm just blending back and forth. My eye shape, I have more of a hooded eye, so you can see I have a smaller lid space and my eye kind of droops right there. It's really annoying, but it's what I'm working with. So I like to bring my crease color up a little bit higher just to give the illusion of a deeper set crease, because I don't have one. So I take full advantage of contouring, because contouring is not just for the face. You can contour the eyes. You can really create whatever you want. So that's what I love about makeup. It's fun. So again, I'm just gonna go up a little bit higher than the crease. But that's what I love about this 224 is it kind of just does the work for you. This brush literally does the work for you. Like there's not really any brain work involved when using this. It's really, really fluffy. It's kind of like foolproof, like you can't really mess up. So, but if you're using like a darker color and you're trying to get tightly in that crease, this is not the brush for you. I would use, depending on how big your eyelid is, how much space you have, or how much space your client has, you can maybe use a 217. If they have a, like for me, I would want to use like a 221. It's a little bit smaller than a 217. And so it won't go up as high, because like on my eye shape, you wouldn't want to bring any darkness up too high. Otherwise it could go south real quick. So for my daytime everyday look, you guys are gonna laugh, but this is really it. Like on my lid, I just put one color in my crease just to give my eye a little bit of depth and open it up a little bit. So I take the same Eco Tools brush for today, and I'm just gonna use the shader part. I'm using the same color, and I'm just going to put it right underneath the eye. Just kind of smoke out the bottom lash line, connecting it to the top. Dang, that was still really wet. Or connecting it to like the outer edge here, so that the eyeshadow in my crease on top kind of meets up with underneath. If that makes any sense. So yeah, I switch up the colors that I'll use, but this is like the technique of like my everyday makeup look. Sometimes I'll use this color from the Inglot JLo collection. Sometimes I'll just use Saddle from MAC. Sometimes I'll use Embark. Whoa, not Embark. Brown Script. Just something that's like my skin tone color, or like a nice like brown, or like a red brown. Sometimes I'll use like a peachy color. Like I love Peaches blush from MAC. I'll use that in my crease and underneath a lot of the time, because it's really like a really nice like corally soft like pinky color, so I'm into it. But yeah, this is literally it. If I'm doing lashes, I'll do a really thin line of liner. No wing though. I don't do a wing liner often. I just don't really like the way it makes my eye shape look, but I'll do a wing liner every now and then. But yeah, if I'm doing a liner, if I'm doing lashes, it's just a really thin line. But today I'm not doing lashes. I'll definitely maybe in my next video do lashes, so you guys can see how I apply lashes, but they really bother my eyes, so I don't wear lashes often. So now we're gonna do brows. I'm gonna use the Great Brows Kit from MAC. This is in the color Lingering. It's just a powder, and it comes with this little brush in it. It's like an angled brush on this side and then like a little spoolie on this side, I'm literally just gonna use this. I use some Fix Plus and I just kind of spray the brush down. And then I just dunk into the powder. I'm not holding it up while it's open because it's broken. It's so embarrassing. So I just kind of dunk in there, get some on my brush, and let me use my mirror. This is how I've been doing my brows as of lately. This is how I do my brows as of lately, and I've been really digging it. I'm into it. So I just start in the middle. Sorry, my phone's like going off. And I just, hold on, pause. This is really hard. All right, so I just start in the middle and draw a line to the outer corner or the outer edge of my brow, like the tip of the brow. Then I pull it in to the front of the brow like this. And then I'm just going to make hair strokes up and out, just like this. And then at the front of the brow, I turn it vertical and do hair strokes up. So I'm not creating a shape on top of the brow. I'm just kind of allowing my brow hairs to just fluff up and out, creating a really natural, fluffy brow. I've been into it lately. So just like that, really easy. The front of the brow always looks a little weird. Well, actually, yeah, normally it looks kind of weird until I go in with my contour color again. But yeah, that brow is pretty much done. So we're gonna do the same thing on the other brow. This is really hard, like filming and having this tiny little mirror. I'm gonna have to practice this so you guys can get the full experience of like how I do my makeup, because this is like really, really hard. Or not the full experience, but just so that it can look good, because I feel like my makeup's looking jacked up right now, but that's okay. You guys get the gist. We're growing, we're learning together. So the reason why I spray my brush down with some Fix Plus is just to make the powder a little bit more pigmented and stick a little bit better. But I sometimes use the brow fluidine gel. I really enjoy that, but it's a little bit harsher. So if I'm like going for like a bold brow, which I don't really do much anymore, I'll use that. And I also really, really, really enjoy the brow sculpt pencil from MAC. Do not sleep on the brow pencil, because if you guys do, then MAC's gonna discontinue it like they do everything, and I'm gonna cry. But the Great Brows kit is nice if you like powder. You get 2 different colors, and then you get like a highlight color. And again, the color that I'm using is Lingering, because Spiked is like dark. Well, and also that's what I got in gratis, so you gotta make with what you have. Calling myself out right now. So again, I just go back in with this brush and I just kind of fill in that contour and kind of blend out the front of the brow, so it looks like my nose kind of melts right into my brow bone. So, and again, that will help if like you accidentally make it a little too harsh like I did on this side, to kind of blend it out and soften it. So now we have brows. All right, cool. So now I keep touching my hair because it's still kind of wet. Like I just washed it, and I hate when like the way I'm sitting, I'm like this, and my hair rests on my neck, and then it like creates that shape, and I hate it. So I have to like pull it apart so it doesn't do that. All right, so we're gonna do some mascara. I was completely out of mascara and I didn't have time to go to the pro store, so I literally bought this little mini. But this is my favorite mascara from MAC, this one and the Extended Play mascara. I'm out of both. So I bought this is the in Extreme Dimension 3D mascara, and I love it. It gives you a really bold lash. It gives you a lot of length, a lot of curl to the lashes. So if you want your lashes to look like you're wearing mascara, this is a good one. If you want something that's gonna lightly just define and separate the lashes, you'd really enjoy the Extended Play Mascara. And it's a blue tube. The little small blue tube has a really small wand, so you can fit really nicely in the corners and on the bottom. So I enjoy that one. I'm low on like all my makeup, so I'll be needing to take a trip to the store very soon here. But yeah, like I said, this is just a mini. It's like $12, and I was at Dillard's the other day, and I was just like, I just need a mascara. So I just need this mascara, and so this is what we're working with. This is really weird. It's so small, but I'm just gonna coat my lashes with some mascara. Nothing too crazy. Mascara really irritates my eyes. But I've been up for a while. It's like 4:20 in the afternoon. If I do my makeup right away in the morning, my eyes are like crying. They're so irritated. So we're doing okay right now. We're doing okay. You can see like my lashes are like coming to life. I'm obsessed. If my lashes are like, if my eyes are really irritated, like again, like normally in the mornings they're really irritated, I'll use like the Extended Play. Like, I just won't even bother using this mascara or any other mascara or doing a crazy makeup look because it's just not going down. Like, my eyes are gonna like turn fire red, and they're gonna start itching and burning and crying. And I know you guys are probably thinking, oh, you're allergic to, I've literally tried everything. It doesn't even matter what it is. My eyes just don't like anything like around it. They're like, just leave me alone. Let me live my best life. Like, why are you trying to like disrupt everything right now? So they just don't like anything around it, you know. Plus I have extremely bad allergies in general, so you guys probably don't care, but I'm just sharing a little bit of me with you, because the more tutorials I do, look, I'm like a 12-year-old girl. Like, I always get eyeshadow all over my lid. The more tutorials I do, you guys will see, like, dang, the struggle is real. Like, sometimes I'll do my makeup and literally I'll have to like come back and like do it later. Like, I'll have to like take a break because my eyes just will not give up. But today we're doing good. Counting my blessings. My first YouTube tutorial, or not tutorial, but my first YouTube video. My eyes decided to act right. So we're gonna do some, look, and I got more. God, so annoying. But the trick is, I know it's like the worst when you get mascara like on your lid or like on the bottom or something. Leave it alone. Do not touch it until it dries, because once it dries, it'll just flake right off. But if you go in, and it's so hard because you just want to like go in and get it right then and there, it'll smudge because it's still wet. But if you wait till it dries, you can literally just like, it'll flake off. It's the trick. So if you get mascara somewhere, just have the self-control and leave it alone until it dries, and you'll be just fine. Otherwise, you're gonna have to like go in and fix everything, and it's so annoying. So just put some mascara on the bottom. Bada bing, bada boom. Done and done. I'm not gonna go in with another coat. It's unnecessary. So yeah, that's about dry. So I'm just gonna go in and use my shadow brush and just dust away the mascara. Perfect. So now we're gonna do our lips. Gosh, almost done. All right, so for lips today, I'm gonna use Cork lip pencil from MAC. This is my, oh my God, I just dropped it in all my foundation. I need to calm down. This is my absolute favorite lip pencil from MAC. I'm just gonna overdraw the hell out of my lips. It's just a really good like nude for me. It's like a little bit darker than my skin tone, but it's not as dark as like chestnut. I don't really overdraw on the bottom, but I'm gonna overdraw the top. Y'all just wait. I don't really overdraw if I'm doing like a bold lip. I'll overdraw a tiny bit, but when I do a nude, baby, I have Jay-Z lips in here. I overdraw the bottom just a tad bit. You guys see this right now? My lips are like gonna be up to my nose. That's why I like this color though, because it's literally like a shadow for my skin tone. So it's like the perfect color to get away with overdrawing. Why do I feel like there's hair on my lip? Is there hair on here? Okay. So I just go on the outer parts of the lip, and then I just lightly kind of pull it in, but leaving the middle or leaving the center blank. So then I'm gonna use actually I don't know if I want to use this. Actually, I'm gonna use this. Okay, y'all don't judge me. Okay, but long before, let me just put the disclaimer out there. Jeffree Star Cosmetics. I enjoy his products, okay? But before I knew this whole thing with him and all the controversy, if you will, I had already purchased some of his makeup. And I'm not gonna waste my money, so I'm gonna use it. I haven't purchased anything as of lately, but this color is Butt Naked. It's a liquid lipstick. We're gonna roll with it, all right? We're gonna roll with it. So I'm just saying, because I know I'm probably gonna get some heat for using his products, but I didn't buy this yesterday. I've had it for a minute, and I like the color, so I'm just gonna. It looks crazy on camera. It's really, really, really light. It is. So I just put it all over the lips. Let it dry down a tad bit, and then we're gonna go back in with the lip pencil. Let it dry a little bit first. Might not dry down because I had that gloss on already, but then I'm just gonna go back in with the lip pencil. Just kind of pull the liner into the lip so it's not so light like it was a minute ago. Then after this dries a little bit more, we're gonna put some clear lip gloss on top, spray with some Fix Plus, and we done. So I'm gonna use the clear lip gloss from MAC. This is the best lip gloss known to mankind. I love it. It's super thick. It's super shiny. It lasts for a long time. Like, you can put this on in the day and literally like 8 hours later, your lips are still popping. Like, it's insane. So I'm just gonna use my finger. I don't like using the applicator because then it gets all gross. Like, whatever, you know, your lipstick gets all over it. So I just use my finger. I'm using kind of a lot. I'm just gonna apply it all over the lips. Perfect. All right. So now we're just gonna use some Fix Plus. Oh my God, really? Gosh. So annoying. Just let that dry. Go in with my beauty blender here. Just gonna press everything into the skin. All right, you guys, so this is the final look. It's just a really soft, everyday, neutral look. I will switch up the colors that I do on my eyes every now and then, but if you guys want to see like more intricate makeup looks and actual tutorials, just let me know. But I hope you enjoyed the video. I know it's kind of lengthy, but I just wanted you guys to know what I do on a daily basis, and it's just the beginning of my YouTube channel. I hope that you guys stick around and stay with me because we're doing this together. So I'm really excited, and I'll see you in my next video.